Welcome back to Don's Life. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining today. I got Mrs. Don's Life driving me to the GMC dealership, to the service center, to pick up my GMC Sierra AT4. Before you watch this video any further, make sure you check out the first video, which was me talking about why the truck was there to begin with. We had some error codes pop up and I was being proactive to get that checked out. So I'll link it here. Go to that video first and check it out. For the rest of you, let's go. So we got Maggie with us in the back seat, the old girl. She's 14 years old, going on 15, but she's unfortunately showing her age. So everyone wish Maggie the best. Anyway, we are on our way to the dealership. Like I said, they called me. It hasn't been there that long, but the purpose of this video is to see how close your guesses were to what the problem was. So what I'm going to do is get to the dealership, then we're going to tally all of the things that you thought it was in the comment section, and then we're going to see who's the closest. I now know what's wrong, but I'm not going to share it until we go through the work of just seeing what all of you had guessed. So let's have some fun with it. I told my audience from the very beginning, at least the ones that follow the GMC Sierra, that I would always share with you what's working and what's not working through my ownership of the truck. And this February 2024 will mark 3 years of ownership. So that's how long it's been. And for the most part, it's been super reliable, except when it's not. So let's see how this plays out. So let's not use the pedal commander. Maggie, why do you sit like a human? So she lays down. All right, home sweet home. I don't know if you can tell, but we have a snowstorm moving in over the next few hours, so we'll see how that plays out. But before I shut it off, let's, out of just curiosity, let's run a scan again with the OBD2 sensor and see if there's any lingering codes. Looks like I beat Mrs. Don's Life home. Ooh, we got 6 codes. We have, let me just make sure we get some focus here. I'll overlay it on the screen anyway. We have some brake control module codes. Maybe they didn't even scan for that. I don't really know, but the Misfire code is gone. So that's interesting. These are just codes in the history. They're not anything that's active, but no, interesting. I was kind of hoping it would be all cleared. I mean, I can clear these right here, as you can see, but I am just going to leave it for now in case we run into some problems in the near future. It's not affecting the performance. So let's go inside, find out exactly what the problem was and what the fix was. Better plug it in. Now the cable was just resting on the grill there, because I know somebody's going to ask, why did you plug it in from one truck to the next? That one's plugged in down there. This one's plugged in here. I just rest it there when I'm not using it. All right, we're inside nice and toasty in the Don's Life garage. We got the AT4 in here just warming up. Now it is a few days later and there's a reason for that. I wanted to do a couple cold morning starts with the truck and just see if we had any new issues, if the issue represented itself. And we actually had the same, if not colder temperatures. So we'll quickly look at that footage and then we'll come back to reveal our list of all your guesses. Same temperature, minus 20. minus 28 Celsius. Probably get a little hesitation again. Seems okay. I think the hesitation is just severe cold weather. Well, I think it's reasonable to assume that cold starts in this climate, there might be a little hesitation when you go to start the vehicle. So I'm not too concerned about that. But let's dig into your list of all the things that you thought might be wrong, or what the dealership would say, or maybe not say, or do, or not do. So let's get into it. So I've compiled a list. It ended up being the top 7 responses or guesses as part of the game that you had to try and share what you thought was wrong with the AT4 based on the symptoms that we had experienced. So number 7 is going to be people who said something multiple times, but it's just the 7th ranked at the bottom of the list. Not the most common answer, but the 7th least common of the most common answers. There was more answers than this, but I had to kind of shorten it. So hope you can appreciate that. But without further ado, number 7 is mass airflow sensor. So no, it was not the mass airflow sensor. But you know what, before I tell you what actually went wrong and grab the work order, we'll just go through this list. So number 6, ignorant comments. That's right, ignorant comments was the 6th most popular comment. It's the internet, what do you expect? So number 5, wire harness loose or damaged. I categorize those all the same. Anything to do with wiring, I categorized as that. Number 4, we had a tie. It was spark plugs or lifter failure. So was it spark plugs? Was it lifter failure? Well, the truck's at home, so it's probably not lifter failure. It's only been a few days, but I actually got the truck back same day, so that's your hint on what it was. And number 3 is a tie as well. Cold weather or no fault found. So cold weather has definitely been a consistent thing with all of this. Or was it no fault found and they sent me home? Well, I did come back the same day, so we'll get back to it. Maybe it's that. The number 2 most popular answer was injector. Could they do that in one day? Me dropping it off and coming to pick it up just before they close? Maybe. And the number 1 guessed answer is, and it's a tie, has everything to do with ignition coils or bad fuel, water or the fuel or moisture. So I categorize those together, but those were the number 1 guesses. So let me go grab the work order and I'll tell you exactly what happened. And what they did, here's the verdict: fuel injector replacement, bank 1, and you can see all the parts that they used for that service right here. And then they did a diagnostic and everything was done and fine. And those codes related to that were cleared. Well, there we go. She's fixed. She's running fine. I actually cleared those lingering codes that the dealership didn't clear. I did those yesterday. Now everything is clear, clean slate. Hopefully you don't run into any more problems. I'd really like to thank the people that participated in the last video, leaving comments and guesses on what they thought it might be. There was a lot of intelligent answers there, which I don't expect anything less than that from this group and the journey we've been on over the last 3 years since this channel's existed. Thank you for your support. I really, really appreciate it. I think it's important that we engage with each other so we can get the most out of these interactions, and then these videos have meaning and purpose behind them. I try to make videos that have some meaning and purpose. Yes, there's product reviews. Yes, there's installs on vehicles. I try to teach little things, at least the way that I do them along the way, so you can learn if they work for you or don't work for you. Case in point, I've already done underglow on the C8. I'm halfway done that video. Then this cold snap hit, and I don't really feel like going to film some footage and wrapping up that video yet, because I want to give you a better quality product. So we're going to work on that probably in a few more days when it starts to warm up. But right now, if I spent more than 10 minutes outside, I'd probably get frostbite on my nose, and we don't want that because that would not be fun to look at on camera. But anyway, if you like videos like this and to support the channel, please hit that like button. Please consider subscribing, and we'll talk to you next time.